Module 5. And this is for CPU 2300. Well, let's start talking about this chapter. There's a lot of information in it, but it's really good information. So we're going to start off with the first page, which is called Multiple Table of Forms. It's generally the overview that you're going to be getting. Your objectives would be when you get done, this module will tell you how to add yes, no, long text, OEL, object, and attachment fields. You're also going to get experience using the input mask wizard, update your fields and enter data, change the row and column size, create a form with a subform, what's called a design view, and then modify that subform in form design. You're also going to enhance the form title, change tab stops and tab order, use the form to view data and attachments, and view direct dependencies. Object dependencies. You can use date and time, long text, and yes/no fields in a query. And finally, create a form with a data sheet. And you're going to be using the Pratt Last Associates that you did in Module 4 for this module. Okay, so we're going to skip down here to the bottom. So Pratt Last Associates uses its database to keep records about accounts and account managers. After using the database for several months, however, they found that it needs to maintain additional data on its account managers, which always happens in real life. The company wants to identify those account managers who have reached their professional and human resources or PHR certification. They also want to include each manager's special skills, as well as the account manager's picture. Additionally, account managers now maintain files about current and potential accounts, but these files are separate from the database. Some are maintained in Word and others in Excel. Pratt Last would like a way to attach these files to the corresponding account manager's record in the next page. Database. Finally, Pratt Last wants to add phone numbers. If the user enters this, it's going to show up this way. After the proposed fields have been added, I'm sorry for the blurriness. It's nothing I can do about that. Pratt Last wants users to be able to use a form that incorporates account and account manager tables. Forms should also include the account number, name, amount paid, and current due amount for the accounts of each manager. Right, the database should allow users to scroll through all the accounts of an account manager and to open any of the attachments concerning the account manager's account notes. Finally, Pratt Last requires queries that uses PHR certification, start date, and special skills. And so here's kind of the master of the account manager form when you get all said and done, what it's going to look like. Okay. So, better place, better viz. In this module, okay, you're going to learn how to create and use the form shown in Figure 5.1. That's the one we just looked at. And the activities you're going to do is add fields, enter data, create a form, add controls, add a subform, modify that subform, enhance the form, and create queries. In other words, you're really going to get into the heart and soul of Access. Now, I'm going to let you read all of this, but I'm going to just jump through and point out some of the important parts. You need a phone number, so you're going to be adding some new fields for the account manager table right here. They need a phone number field, and they want to assist users in entering the correct format. So they're going to use an input mask. Now, the definition of an input mask specifies how data is to be entered and how it's going to appear. For example, an input mask can indicate that a phone number has parentheses around the first 3 digits and a hyphen between the 6th and 7th. They also need a PHR certification field, which is a value of yes or no. All right. They need special skills field that identifies each manager's unique abilities. That's going to be a long text field. Account notes field. Do this. Okay, which must be able to contain multiple attachments for each manager, and that's going to be an attachment field. Okay, let me just go back up here, highlight. So we're going to need that. Let's see. Okay, so here's, okay, there, they need special skills. So, and it's going to be a long text field. It's a little different. Okay, so the picture field is the only field whose data type is uncertain. It could be an OLE object, which contains objects created by a variety of applications or an attachment. If you look over here on the right, it says, by the way, the ribbon and screen resolution. Okay. OLE fields can store video clips, sound, and other objects. Long text fields and information about that, and attaching captions to these attachment fields. Let's see. Other types of attachments, such as Word documents and Excel workbooks, would also appear in the attachment field as an icon. Then you can open up the attachment. So very typical for what you've been using in other programs. Pratt Last Associates has decided to use OLE object as the picture data type. Okay. And so we're going to go on from there. All right, to add fields with new data. So here we can start with our numbers. So now we're going to start doing this, okay? So I'm going to get that down there like that. And so here's my database. Week 4, module 4. All right, so run access and open the database, Pratt Last Associates, which I have done. All right, right-click, number third dot, right-click the Account Manager table to display a shortcut. Right-click, okay. Then click on number 2 at the bottom, click on Design View right here to open up the table in Design View. So I'm back to the left, next page. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this video will have several sections because this covers about 35 to 40 pages. So I can't make that all in one video. I will never get it loaded. So this will probably be a series of about 4 to 5 videos, just so you don't get where you wonder where I went. All right, number 3. Let's go to number 3. I'm going to move this in just a little bit. Click the first open field to select the position for the first additional field. All right, so click the first open field. All right. And then type PHR certification. As a field, press Tab. Data type, select yes, no. Right there. And then press the Tab key twice to move to the next field. 1, 2. With the same technique to add a field with special skills as a field name and long text. Okay, so you can see right here in the picture. So this one's going to be, I love pictures, don't you? Except I can't type today. And then this is long text. And then picture. Royalty object. And then account note. That's going to be attachment. Right now, click the Save button on the Quick Access toolbar just to save it, okay? I'm going to I don't want to save over what I have. That's all right. It'll work. Now, use the Input Mask Wizard. So this wizard assists you in the creation of input masks by allowing you to select from a list of the most frequently used input masks. To use the Input Mask Wizard, select the Input Mask property in the field's property sheet and then select the Build button. Following steps, add a phone number field and then specify how that telephone number is to appear. All right. So we need to right-click the row selector from the Start Data field to produce a shortcut menu, and then click Insert Rows. So they want it right under poster code. Yep. Right-click, insert rows. I love pictures. I know I said that, but I'm doing the same again. And we're supposed to do phone number. The field name, and then press the tab key. Click the input mask property box, and that's down here at the bottom. So we're going to go to the next page. Click the build button. Okay. All right, so right here, I right click, build. Oh, it says save, because I didn't read that. Okay. Now we have the input mask wizard. Oh, if the dialog box asks you to save the table, click yes. Now, the third button, ensure that the phone number is selected. Okay. Click the next button to move to the next input mask wizard screen. Okay, so here it is. That's what it's going to do. Here's next, where you can change the input mask if you desire. Because you do not need to change the mask, click the next button a second time. Okay, so be sure the without the symbols in the mask like this option button is selected. Just read it twice, without. Okay. Be sure without the symbols. Okay. And then it goes on to have any questions, say it in. And then click finish. So you can see what you have down below. Click the save button to save your changes and close the account manager. Okay, so this will be the first video that I do for this one. We will pick up adding fields and data sheet view as the next one.